Call him Anders And, as they do in Denmark, or Io Paparino, as the Italians say, or even Mina Aku Anka, as he's known in Finland. Donald is the most famous duck in the world, and by all accounts, artist Carl Barks drew the best Donald Duck of any Disney illustrator.
Every man had a little different muscle structure in his hands or something that caused that figure, whether it's Mickey or Donald, to look a little different. I had a very fluid, movable duck.
Carl Barks devoted 23 years to scripting and illustrating duck stories in comic books. They sold 23 million copies around the world each month. Then he made oil paintings of 120 of his comic book covers. A new volume reproduces those paintings. Each volume costs $200.
The average comic book would deteriorate after 15 or 20 years and become just a smelly bunch of old yellowed pulp paper.
Now, the book reproduces $2.5 million worth of your oil paintings. Does that kind of figure surprise you?
Oh, yes. It surprised me that anybody would ever pay more than a dime for any comic book.
Barks often created new characters, as his Donald Duck stories required them. Among those characters, Uncle Scrooge McDuck, proud owner of 3 cubic acres of money. Barks' Uncle Scrooge stories have been collected in another new book, complete with an introduction by Star Wars filmmaker George Lucas. The McDuck edition sells for $160. At age 82, Carl Barks has turned to other kinds of illustrations. But he's still proudest of his work among the denizen of Duckburg.
I guess I made a mistake in the way I handled those ducks. I thought of them always as humans. I never thought of them as ducks.